big beautiful babies, it's Meghan Tonjes, and this is a Frequently Asked Tonjes. This is where you ask me any and all questions and I give you any and all answers. So over on Facebook, Blair McCulley asks, when's that season 2 Buffy podcast dropping? Also, would you consider a Patreon for it specifically? I don't know if we would do a Patreon for it. If you guys don't know what you're talking about, Once More With is a podcast that Keith and I started, another podcast on top of Adventures in Remaining where we are rewatching Buffy, but eventually we would like to turn it into just a rewatch podcast in general. The issue that we're running into right now is that we've realized that each individual episode plus each individual podcast turns into like 18, 19, 20 hours of work. And so we're kind of considering just watching an entire season and then doing a podcast, like a big podcast about that entire season and talking more about like the arcs of that season. Doing that potentially means that we get through Buffy, we get through Angel, Firefly, whatever shows, Dollhouse, whatever shows that we want to get through, and movies. We're just trying to figure out the kinks because the first season was a lot of fun, but it just took a lot of work and we don't have a lot of time because we do have another podcast. So that was a very long answer for a very short question, but there will be a season 2 at some point. We just don't know if it's going to be a season with a ton of episodes or one huge long episode about a season. I think I said episodes and seasons a million times there, so I hope any of that made sense. Kat McGee asked, where do you get your fabulous outfits, and more importantly, what dating sites do you use primarily? Fabulous outfits, so much of my stuff is from Torrid, you guys, so much of it, or Gwynnie B. I have some things from Eloquy, I have some things from Society Plus. I have a few things from Lane Bryant, but I would say the majority of my clothes are from Torrid. They have cute stuff. I can't deny. As far as dating apps that I'm using, I actually deleted my dating apps, bitch. I'm just kind of burned out from the past year and the stuff that I've been dealing with. I said in an earlier video about heartbreak, which you can go watch right here, that I'm trying to give up some things that don't really serve me and are kind of taking a lot of my time and energy away from things that are important. And I've been working a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm putting a lot of videos out, a lot of stuff. I've been very productive since the end of the last situation and a little sad, and I'm probably working to overcompensate for that sadness. I've just given a lot of energy to that, and I would rather put that towards making daily videos, maybe writing a book at some point, maybe doing like speech type stuff, finishing another album. And so they're just things that are more important to me than dating right now. And I feel very fulfilled with the friends that I have. I got a cute dog. I have endless amounts of sex toys. I just want to make sure that if I do meet someone, or when I do meet someone, that I have spent a lot of this time working on myself and the things that I'm passionate about. And I have everything streamlined so that I can actually give the attention and time to that relationship that I would like to give. And by that I mean a lot of sex and like pre-recorded scheduled videos and stuff. Kat Stitson said, will there be another Fuck Your Feelings Friday series, or are you less ranty now? Because honestly, those were my faves. The problem with Fuck Your Feelings Fridays is that a lot of times I was essentially saying what I was saying in Church of Tonjes, just like a little, I don't know, a little more spirited, if you will. But the title people couldn't get past. So if I was talking about something that I actually want people to pay attention to, like a response to Dear Fat People, because it came out on a Friday and it was a Fuck Your Feelings Friday, people would see that and be like, why are you upset about something, or why are you passionate about something, when literally the title of this means fuck your feelings, which is fair. And I think I had like a really good explanation of that at some point. But then I kind of let it go because I can say all of those things in Church of Tonjes. I can say all of those things in general. I don't know that I'm less ranty. Like I mean, if you listen to the podcast at all, you know that I just go off on tangents and I'm very passionate about things. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bit older, maybe. I don't know, like it's been so long since last year. So don't fear, because I will go on a rant all day. I will rant about actually nothing. I don't know if you missed my video talking about why I hate brunch. That is a beautifully encapsulated rant, and you gotta sift for them now. You gotta look for them. It's like finding gold. It's like, remember that old Yukon Trail game? Not Oregon Trail, bitch. Yukon Trail. I don't know how to say it. I'm from Michigan. Yukon Trail, and you'd have to like buy a plot of land and sift for gold. It's like that, but the gold is me being adorable. Shannon Fowler said, I'm 25 and trying to navigate the dating world. What advice do you have for me? I think the biggest thing that I'm learning, and I hope that you learn it before your 30s, is just to not settle. Like being attracted to someone, thinking that someone is cute, or you get like good feelings around them, or maybe just the fact that they're attracted to you is not enough to like rest your entire life and all of your energy on that. It's okay to be selective with your time, and it's okay to take your time. I think I tend to rush into things because I'm like, well, I'm attracted to you, kind of, and you're really attracted to me, so like this must be a thing, and I'll like fill in all of the blanks later. But a lot of times that just leads to you walking out feeling like you gave up so much for someone that you didn't even really know if you liked them that much. And you feel like you wasted your time. And there have definitely been moments that I feel like I've wasted my time. And so I would just say be discerning about who you're wasting your time on. Ashley asked, how much are you loving your Nexplanon implant? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I got a Nexplanon implant Valentine's Day. I think I got it Valentine's Day. This is a little TMI, but I'm just gonna say that like I literally had a 40-day period, which is probably one of the least fun experiences that I've ever had. And then I proceeded to have like every other week or every 2 weeks, like just constant spotting or whatever. But I think my body might be getting on board now, might be evening out. I haven't had any issues with like weight gain or weight, I mean, actually I've lost weight being on this. Not really any kind of like acne or new skin stuff. I also haven't had like a huge shift in mood. I was going through some stuff when I got this. So I think that I can't account for anything besides just living life and feeling things. I mean, it's Trump's America, so I don't want to take it out unless I have to, and I'd rather my body just get the fuck on board. Chelsea Gleason asked, what advice would you give to someone trying to help their friend deal with, manage their own mental illness when they themselves are also mentally ill? I would say boundaries. I would say you're gonna learn really quick what you can handle and what you have left over to give to other people. I think that you have to take care of yourself first. Make sure that you are set, because if you don't and you're not in a good place, you can't help anyone, regardless of what you think. I don't think it's up to any of us to manage anyone else's mental illnesses. I think in a lot of ways we take on a lot when we really just need to like sit there and bear witness and be emotionally supportive for our friends. We don't have to fix everything. We just have to kind of be there and let them know that we're there. Being someone that is kind of like a sounding board for the things that they're going through is important, but also realizing your boundaries, the things that you're comfortable talking about, and also being able to communicate the things that you're going through so it's not a one-sided friendship. You know, it's such a general answer for that question because I don't know the specific situation. I think that most of us, if not all of us, are dealing with our own baggage. Some of us are dealing with mental illness, some of us are dealing with depression or anxiety or any of these things. And it's just important to know your limits and to know your boundaries and be able to communicate those things. That's probably the foundation for any good friendship and any meaningful situation. So good luck. Sarah Yurkovich asked, how do I make things not shit? I think you have to realize that you can't control everything. Sometimes the world gives you things and situations that it's just not easy to get out of them. It's not easy to understand them, and it's not always easy to understand why they are happening. But I was saying this actually today in a comment of like, if you can't change the circumstances around you, a lot of times we can change some of the circumstances around us, right? We can move in a new direction, take a risk, start in the meantime when we're kind of like miserable at this job, maybe start looking into education or looking into fixing up our resume for the next job, or just like focus our energy, maybe not on fixing everything at the same time, but like focusing on the smaller things while we have the time. A lot of situations, you either have to change your circumstances or you kind of have to change your mindset about the circumstances you have and have hope that they will change and that you will be a part of changing them and that you will be actively engaged in changing them. And not every moment of your life is going to be this perfect, beautiful, completely like figured out thing. To be honest, the minute you think you have it together, the minute you think that like, oh my God, I'm happy, I'm content, right? Something else will change. Like life is basically a series of fixing problems as they come up all of the time for forever. So find joy where you can find it and be kind to yourself, because listen, you don't have to have everything figured out right now. A lot of times you feel like you're in a situation that's never gonna end and it's awful, but I promise you, most things are temporary. Listen, thank you to all the BBs that asked questions. I hope that I got to yours. If I didn't, make sure that you leave those questions below in the comments and maybe I will get to them in a future video. Also, keep track of my social media. If you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, any of those places, I tend to announce when I'm doing these kinds of videos. You can find me at Meghan Tonjes on most things. If you really enjoy these daily videos and you want to support me, I do have a Patreon. You get handwritten letters, Skype calls, early videos. You get secret vlogs. I do like a little check-in every Monday with like a 10-minute vlog where I talk about kind of the week and my thoughts and what's happening and just things that you won't see on YouTube. And I'm always looking to add new BBs to the family. So if you donate $1 or more per month, you become a patron and you get all kinds of goodies. With that being said, would you please say hi to your grandmas for me? Okay, I got places to go, I got people to touch. I like your faces very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.